Yo, what's up guys? So this video is just going to be me talking about a little Fighting Lion volatile flow build that I put together. It's going to be an unscripted video. Just going to kind of go over the build, jump into some gameplay so you guys can see what it looks like. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty viable and high-end content as well, like Master Nightfalls, Master campaigns, stuff like that. I've been thoroughly enjoying it lately. The only downside is, we don't really have any champion mods, but we can fix that. So, but yeah, let's kind of just jump into it, see what we got running here. For my super, going to be running Mobius Quiver. I like it for the damage. However, I know a lot of people like Deadfall. Kind of just run whatever you're more comfortable with. Marksman's dodge over Gambler's dodge. I'm not running Dragon Shadow, and you can see I spec'd into 100 strength here, so there's no real use to run Gambler's dodge. Plus I'd rather have the utility of reloading my weapons on the dodge cooldown. Strafe jump, just because I like strafe jump the best. You can use whatever you want. I know a lot of people like triple jump. I like strafe jump. Snare bomb, because we have no other options. Suppressor nade, because we're going to be running suppressive darkness. It just helps deal with like mini bosses, majors, champions, stuff like that. So if you're not really into that, just run whatever grenade you like best. I know people like Vortex, I like Vortex, but for this build I'm running suppressors. For aspects, Vanishing Step, mainly running it because of the 2 fragment slots. However, dodging makes you invisible. It's pretty good. This whole build kind of revolves around going invisible as much as we can. This is kind of playing off the like the infinite invis glaive build that you've been seeing floating around like on Reddit and YouTube and stuff like that. However, we're doing it with Fighting Lion because it's more fun with a Fighting Lion. Second aspect, Stylish Executioner. Defeating a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target grants invisibility and true sight. Also have the benefit of having 2 fragment slots. This is going to be really fun because once we have volatile flow proc, we have 17 seconds of volatile rounds, so we can kind of go nuts. Pretty much after every kill you get with the Fighting Lion while volatile flow is up, will grant invisibility and true sight, so it's a lot of fun. So yeah, as for my fragments here, I pretty much just chose fragments that bump up my stats. I don't really care too much about what the fragments do because a lot of these, to be honest, I don't really think are that helpful. If you look at my stats over here on the left hand side, tier 10 mobility, obviously to keep our dodge cooldown as much as possible. Tier 10 recovery, just because it's probably the best stat, most important stat to spec into. I think the difference between tier 10 and tier 9 is tier 10 is 43%, tier 9 is 34%, so it's a massive increase in regeneration rate, so I definitely recommend that. 100 discipline or tier 10 discipline. Having your grenade up is it's always going to be good. It's a lot of utility to have. I don't use my grenade too much in this build, but it's better than specking into like intellect or resilience because they're both kind of useless in this sandbox. And tier 10 strength. So yeah, so again, we're not running Dragon Shadow, so we're not going to be running Gambler's dodge, so I don't need to, or I need to rather spec into strength to keep my smoke bomb cooldown as much as possible, or cooldown down as much as possible. You can kind of use whatever exotic you want here, but for the sake of this build here, I'm going to spec into strength. For my fragments, domineering, 10 discipline, stability or instability rather, 10 strength, obscurity, 10 recovery, dilation, 10 mobile, 10 intellect. So out of all these, dilation is pretty much the most useless. Domineering can help for the reload aspect because if you can time it right, you can get a lot of rockets off, like with a dodge and this reload here. Instability, defeating targets with grenades grants volatile rounds to your void weapons. Pretty good. The volatile rounds you get from instability only last 10 seconds and volatile flow lasts 17 seconds. So it's a little bit of a difference there. So just keep that in mind. Obscurity, finish your final blows grant invis. This is actually, I didn't think this would be that good to be honest, but in higher end content, being able to finish ads and go invis is actually pretty nice. Plus it gives you 10 recovery. So I definitely like that fragment a lot. So let's jump into the actual armor and stuff like that here. For my exotic, I'm going to be using Gemini Jester. Now, exotic option is pretty much open to you. There's a lot of really good options. Orpheus Rig, obviously, for big damage or longer deadfall. Dragon Shadow, if you want to change all that around. Omni Oculus, also really good. Arms, there's probably some good arms in there, but I don't really care too much. Grab Forfeit could be a good option too. Longer Invis. Depends on what you're doing, really. I like Gemini Jester, though, just because when you dodge around ads, it adds the blinding grenade effect. So it just disorients them, pretty much takes all the aggro off you, which is like super nice. So yeah, I like Gemini Jesters here. I think it's really fun. It's a really niche build. And I think you'll have fun with it as well. For my helmet, aside from my stat boosts like mobility and powerful friends, I'm just running a rocket launcher ammo finder. Really can run any finder you want though, depending on what kind of heavy you're using. For my grips here, grenade launcher loader to keep my Fighting Lion reload speed down as much as possible. Fastball, just because I like fast grenade speed. It's one or grenade throw speed. I'm most used to it, but honestly, you can run any mod here. Reaping Wellmaker, definitely a staple in the build. Basically when you dodge, your next kill is going to spawn a Void Elemental Well. Really good, since we're going to have our dodge cooldown pretty much like every 10 or so seconds. So having that is super crucial to the build just because we can keep elemental wells flowing as much as possible. For the chest, nothing crazy, just a rocket reserve. I also have Radiant Light. We're not running any Charge with Light, by the way, so you're not going to get any benefits from Charge with Light. I'm just running Radiant Light and Powerful Friends for a stat boost. For my Geminis, Rocket Launcher Scab from the artifact, it only costs 1. I definitely recommend picking this up. I'm also running a Fusion Scab, but you can run any scab you want for your special weapon. And of course, Volatile Flow. For my class item here, Suppressive Darkness, just to add the weaken effect to any ad that I suppress or any boss that I suppress. I definitely recommend. It allows for quick work of pretty much anything in the game, so definitely recommend that there. And Font of Might, not necessary, but I definitely recommend it. So when you pick up an elemental well that matches your subclass, in our case Void, any weapon damage that matches the elemental well type is going to be huge. So yeah, this is going to give a big bonus damage to our Fighting Lion, big bonus damage to any other weapon that's Void. Now for my rocket launcher, I am using a Palmyra B just because I like the enhanced autoloading, enhanced lasting impression, even though I'm pretty sure enhanced autoloading doesn't do anything. This might also not do anything currently, but I'm not sure. However, if you want to take more advantage of Font of Might, I definitely recommend a Royal Entry. I recommend the Royal Entry over most other ones because it has precision frame, so it can lock onto targets when it's aimed. You don't really have to think much when you're doing it. However, it also can roll with Clown Cartridge, so can like Tomorrow's Answer, which is also Void. But I definitely recommend going for anything that has Impact Casing and Clown for a Void Rocket. For my special weapon here, it's going to be Deliverance. I'm just using it because it's new. Also, Chill Clip is really cool. I'm looking for, I forget what the reload perk is, like when it's above half mag, but I'm definitely interested in that. And Chill Clip, I'll probably be crafting that once I get enough here. For now, I'm just kind of rocking with this, but really any special weapon is going to be really fun. I mean, the new shotgun's not crazy, but it's a lot of fun. Obviously, Ignition Code, Pardon Our Dust, whatever you want to do there. Good shotgun like Heritage or something like that is going to be really good. So yeah, let's just jump into some gameplay here. I'll kind of commentate what's going on, and I'll see you over there. So yeah, I just jumped into a weekly preservation here. You can see that I'm just looking to dodge, kill an ad, grab an elemental well. This is going to give me my void weapon boost, my volatile rounds, and my true sight. So you can see that I got all the wall hacks, so I can see where all the ads are. I mean, it's not the most useless stuff ever, but you know, like when radar's out on some activities and stuff like that, it could help as well. So yeah, I'm just kind of gonna let this play through here. You can see when I hit a dodge too and enemies are nearby, you can see that it disorients them. I think it's coming up here when a lot of these thrall get pretty close. So yeah, just adds the disorient effect like blinding grenades do. So I mean, it's just kind of a utility build, and it just adds a little bit more like fun aspects with Fighting Lion, volatile rounds, stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna let some more gameplay kind of just play in the background, and as always, thanks for watching.